You saw the title, so let's go. I have blank preset with some amount of room reverb to make it more natural and not so bone dry. First amp, WhoWatt 100. Really nice amp and cab. This is Hiwatt 103. Brilliant channel. I like this amp very much. This is one of my top amps. Very clean and very big also. And matching cab is really good. It just do what you want. It's nice and clean. I don't like slightly driven clean amps. I like it clean. This is forward clean amps. So this is one of my top clean amps in the Helix, and stock cab is absolutely fantastic. Supro. I'm not much in the Supros. This is kind of a rare model of this Supro. It's a combo amp. I don't like the matching cab, but I assume it sounds like the real thing. So small. Maybe I can open it up with 57, I guess. Maybe more edgy, but sound is pretty woofy for me. Plenty of guys love this amp so much, I understand why, but it's not my piece of cake. But okay, for several cases, I guess for some vintage tone it can be cool. Stone Age 815. It's one of the most oldest model, I guess. It's like Gibson from 30s or something like that. It's supposed to be very clean. I don't know why it's so much dry on this by default. This is when combo amps especially, was designed for clean electric guitar. This is how it should sound like, and I guess drive is here like a volume now, because it don't have a separate master section. So by putting drive hard, we have more volume and more gain, and people from that era, I guess, was thinking this is clipping and bad. People was not, I don't know, was not open-minded enough to see its potential. Because of that amp have so much drive, it can start rock and roll in the early 30s. Again, I don't like this amp at all for my taste, for my playing. I don't know where I can use this kind of amp, but it's nice to have it here because I use it once in a lifetime, I hope, for that kind of blues of the 30s, 40s, I don't know, but I'm happy to have this amp. Matching cab, I don't really have nothing special to say about it. It sounds like some kind of radio from the times, and it's normal. I didn't have any complaints about it. Voltage queen. This one is kinda unique. I guess it's Electro King, I'm not sure. It's pretty good amp model. It has so much drive in it, natural overdrive, but with oversaturating. It's a really overlooked amp and people should look at this amp. It's one of the earliest models in Helix, I guess. I like it for kind of rock and roll stuff that I was playing. It's working really good. Too bad there is no matching cab from this voltage queen, but the USX Deluxe seems to work pretty good, I guess. Yeah, for that kind of stuff of rock and roll and that stuff, this is one of my favorite. I'm metal guy, so don't use it so much, but when I need some kind of rock and roll vibes, I sure will use it. No question asked. Yeah, here we have some kind of tube oversaturation, but on the middle of the way or much higher, it have really nice overdrive. So this amp is nice, approve. So next, Tweed Blues normal. And this is, of course, Fender Bassman. It's supposed to be a bass amp, but guitarists tried it with guitar, and this amp became legendary. I'm not sure from what year this amp is, but in the Helix, this amp is one of the oldest ones, I guess, and it sounds pretty good. One complaint about this is this have too much drive on it. I don't like it. When I'm thinking of Fender, I think about clean amps, crystal clean amps. I think about edge of breakup stuff. Yeah, edge of the breakup is good for some people, yes. For mature people, I don't know. But for me, I like super ultra clean tones. There's where the amps shines. And sounds like the Bassman. Stack cab is not bad. It's not bad at all, must admit. With the ears you can maybe bring it more life into it, but it's okay, it's not that bad actually. Tweed Blues. Bright, just bright channel. Yeah, the Fender spikiness. I am using coil split here. Yeah, there's immediately so much gain. I don't know why in bright amp models there's too much gain, but what it is. You can always bring it down a little bit and it will shine very good. I like this amp. This amp model, like the normal one and bright. It sounds good for that kind of clean stuff. So more to Fullerton normal. This one, I'm not sure I hear it a lot. I don't know anything about it. This was added in the Helix like, I don't know, 2 or 6 update, 2 or 7. I don't know, this amp immediately have too much freaking gain on it and I hate it so much. I was overlooked this amp because of that thing. I don't know why default settings have so much drive. It's on the 9. So I don't like that. Let's go to the more usable settings for me, I guess. Still not clean enough. That's what I was talking about. This is where Fender it shines. Nice, clean sound. When I add too much gain, I stop like the matching cab. Matching cab is great. It's great on the cleanish and slight of edge of breakup-ish sound. But when you add gain, you can hear this little kind of speaker. There is 112, but it sounds like there's 1.6 or what. I don't know what's the problem, what's the case with this one. But I don't like this cab on fairly bit of gain. On this amount of gain, I like it. It's very good, it's very pristine, very clean, and life is great, more bright. Why so much freaking gain on 6? Just why? Give me the answer to my question. Why? I get it. People in that late years, like 50s, 70s or 60s, they used to make their amp to have more drive on it, cranking it up too loud, and achieve that overdrives. There was not so big amount of overdrive pedals, but man, let's take this drive. And with the coil split, it's pretty good, but for me it's more two-dimensional than Tweed Blues normal. And this is jumped channel. This is what I was talking about. People jump in normal in bright channel with switch, and the point of this is to achieve much more gain. I don't like it at all. Still don't like it. Now that is kind of usable tone for me. Pretty nice, but I prefer more Fender, different Fender models. But I can see the potential here. And when you play with the Q and saturation sag and the sound, this can be pretty good. So this is kind of normal, not bad amp actually. Many guys loved it, but it didn't touch my soul like, let's say, US Princess. We will look in the future. So Grammatico normal. I'm not sure what this amp is at all. I was looking this as some kind of Grammatico by the name. It's from ZZ Top. Guys wanted amp, or I don't know. Again, too much drive. I don't like it. Pretty good amp, I guess, with matching cab. Matching cab is unique, this kind of amp, 1/12 Grammatico, but it feels a little bit, so same amp with bright. this one I love much better because it have more pleasing to the ears, more pleasing overdrive. Yeah, I definitely can play with this, can use it for some kind of rare vintage bluesy stuff. And this cab is pretty damn good. You can add some EQs and bigger room reverb or whatever reverb you want, but for this case of overview, let's leave this alone, this reverb, and let's take a look on the Grammatico jump channel. This is great. I usually don't like jumped channels, but in this one it sounds very great. It have some natural overdrive in it, which I really like. I can use it in the future. And so, nice job, really. Didn't expect that. So this is pretty not awesome amp. Maybe with different cab it feel much greater. Why the heck we not should try this? My favorite Kelly B30. Yeah, you can hear much body to the amp, to the overall tone. It's great. So yes, small tweed. Yeah, Fender champion for bedroom players, small combo practice amp. I cannot see the usability of this except for some vintage nostalgia or Led Zeppelin old recordings. I have read that they record their old stuff with this amp, but it feels really small and yeah. This is for the purpose of having this amp. I'm happy to own this amp in my Helix, just to play around with it a little bit. Again, too much drive. I wanna cleanish. But it's good on its own. So yes, princess. And with call split. Excuse me my terrible playing, I didn't play this song for so long, but this is what I'm speaking of when I'm speaking about a Fender. This is Fender Princeton, and this is holy grail for most of guitar players. It deserves so much love, and people really fell in love with it immediately when it came out, and I see why. Matching cab is also great. The fall settings is great too, must admit. There is no much drive on it and it's ready to go. You just choose the amp and you playing without need to tweaking. This is one of my most favorite amps in the Helix overall, especially in clean tones. It takes boost very well, it takes distortion pedals very well. I use it when I need to check out some pedals or drive, and it's just great amp, really. No, I will not play this. It has some kind of unique overdrive. I don't like it so much, but it's because of my taste. Many of the players in the world love this overdrive, so I can understand why. It's not my cup of tea. I can see it usable with drive at default settings, or even much more to the edge of breakup. I don't like edge of breakup tones, but in some cases it sounds very good and very natural. So really, A+ for this amp model. US Deluxe normal. Great amp model. It seems to be more brighter than the US Princess we have. It's a Fender Deluxe. I don't know. It's very famous amp, but I don't know. I don't remember the name in the real life. Good amp. And I even like that little oversaturation when drive is up. It's bassy, it's slightly muddy, but it's not overwhelming. Cab is, I will not say it's great, but it's pretty usable, I guess. I tried the IRs, and with different IRs you can reach the next level of realism, but this stock cabinet is pretty okayish. Even nice, but when drive is high, you can hear that harshness in the cabs. So I really love to have it on the lowest drive side. So this model amp, but with a different channel, vibrato. Yeah, I need to change that potentiometer, so sorry. It cleans up very well like a real tube amp. And this is very great amp model. This is vibrato channel, but we don't have built-in vibrato. We can add it from modulation blocks right there, but it's not the case of this video, so trust me, it sounds cool. US double normal. Yeah, this amp is great, really. I love the stock cab, no doubt. I love these stock settings. I love how it's clean, how it's more of three-dimensional, because I guess big part of this is 2x12. So much speakers, much larger the sound, much more bass, much more body in it, and this amp is much cleaner than the US Deluxe normal here, so I prefer this to the US Deluxe normal, and with single coils. Yeah, it's great. It's like you playing Fender guitar into a Fender amp, and I have nothing to say about it except it sounds pretty damn good. It's one of my favorite, but I use it to love Yes, Prince is more, so I don't know which Fender amp I should use in some cleans, but maybe I should try this a little bit more. Of course, you can use different IR, different cab block, but it's pretty darn good. Again, same amp model but vibrator channel without vibrator. Yeah, these have much more gain. Fun stuff. It's really brighter, same amp but more gain and brighter. It's pretty okay. I like this amp. Yes, so mail order twin. Let's put this drive a little lower. Okay, this is like a silver something, 18, 19, Silvertone or some kind of that. This is pretty good amp for that kind of polyphia clean stuff, I guess. The guy from the line 6, Ingrid made awesome preset with this model, I guess with this model, or yeah, with this model for polyphia song Goat, and it's great and on the edge of breakup and middle position of the coil split. I will not able to play this riff because I will suck so much. It's one of the hardest riffs I can think of. Stack cab sounds little bit two-dimensional too, I guess, but for its stuff it's fairly good. Even when I add 38 ribbon, it does not change the sound drastically. This is the really fat mic and gives so much bass for it, but it's not working here, at least for me, for my ears. So pretty usable amp. I can see its potential and I see why this was included in the Line 6 Metallurgy, I guess trash or doom, I'm not sure, pack, because of its clean spike. It's not my favorite amp, but it's pretty good on its own. Divided duo. Little too much drive. Let's clean it up. It's really good amp, and in real life, and really good amp model is that it's like divided by 13. It's kind of boutique, some kind of amp. It has nice overdrive on it, really nice, really pleasing to the ear. Even with coil splits. Even with coil splits it's even better. I'm not fan of that old kind of music, but I can see why many people like it. So I have nothing to say bad about this amp. It's great. Stock cab can be better, but it's doing okay. So I rate it like 7 of 10, I guess, maybe 8 of 10, and because it's really great, really great. Interstate Z. Cleaning up a little bit. Yeah, this is great amp. This is boutique amp, Dr. Z. Cab is awesome. This 2x12 vertical amp is really awesome. I don't like 421 for this one. I used to like more ribbon mics. 160. It's great on its own, it's great in the mix. I tried it and it's great. And great company. So, Derailed, Ingrid, all this one. This is hell out expensive amp. I guess it's priced like $30,000. This is Trainwreck Express, I guess. I don't know why the heck this is so expensive. Sounds not bad actually. But with this cap, not so good. Maybe Matchless. Nice to have one of these rare boutique amps in here. I have nothing to say about it too. Just nice crunch or overdrive. It cleaning up. I'm not sure it well. No. It cleans up very good. I used to play with the guitar with a higher output, so I was thinking it doesn't clean up well, so I changed my mind now. So let's move on next. Jazz Rivet 120. Rolled 100 Jazz Rivet, have its full name? I can't remember, but it need to have built-in chorus. I don't know why they don't include it, because of DSP limitations or something like that. So I don't use modulation and effects in this except for this one. This has to have its chorus. This is well-state amp. I'm not sure I call it correctly. So not tube amp. Let's change the rate. Chorus is a little too fast, but this is one of my favorite and one of the greatest amp in real life and in Helix. Well done. Now we get into the Vox territory. Essex A30. AC-30, great amp, legendary amp. I don't like drive, up high so much. But yeah, classic AC-15, yeah. You can't go wrong with this. This model is nailed, totally nailed. This cab is pretty good too, actually. Essex A30 is even greater. This one is with top boost and it sounds much larger because it has 30 watts, I guess. It's like two of the Essex A15. Yeah, classic Vox sound. Just nailed it, really, just nailed it. Sounds amazing. No one other plugin or something like that, emulator I heard of come even close to its sound. This is great. A30 found normal. This amp is made famous by Beatles, I guess. This is one without a top boost on it. It's early Vox thing, I guess. I'm not expert of that at all. But it's pretty good. It's really pretty good. I will rate it like 7, 8 of 10 because it's really good. It's really good amp. We heard this amp on so many records. So it works. Believe me, it works. Same amp but bright channel. it's, yeah, little more drive, a little brighter, as it should be. Great amp. Matchless, Matchstick Channel 1. I don't remember how to play this riff. I'm not much into the Matchless amp because I didn't use it and I don't know any artists that use it really, because I am metal guy, yeah. But I respect this amp, and this amp model, it's one of the best amp models in here. It's like the Vox and Fender in the same package, like the body of the Vox, but crispiness of the Fender, I guess, for my taste. It sounds like that, and it's really good combined on its own. It's very pleasing, I should say. Channel 2. Nice overdrive. Good characteristic of the channel 1 with more drive, and you have really nice overdrive. It's a little too woofy, but it's great. Jump it. This is one of my most favorite jumped settings. It jumped very well with oversaturation, and it's really good. Matchstick or matchless, I love it. I rate this really high on the list. It's some kind of reverb, and in fact it's holy grail. So let's go to the oranges. You have two here. It's orange or 80. I watched a couple YouTube videos about this amp. It's very rare. It's very old ones. It sounds great for that era. It has this orange body, orange mid-range, orange, I don't want to say spike, but just orange sound, you know what orange sound is? It's just orange. I don't like this stack cap at all. Yeah, I get it. Orange caps have their unique sound, and it's good. It's good even for metal. People use it in metal, on hammer packs, York Audio packs, and this is similar, very similar to the sound. But this stock cabinet doesn't fully show the full potential of this orange amps, really, because it sounds so two-dimensional. I can grab an EQ, set the reverb mix even higher, but I prefer to use this one. I use a different mic combos with this cab. It's not my taste. Not because I don't like orange cabs. I really appreciate these cabs, but it has something bad with this. Sorry, I can't stand with it. So amp is great, cab seem nah, not my taste. Mandarin Rocker. Let's put some drive. Great amp. It's orange Rockerverb Mark III, I guess. It's really great, balanced orange amp. This is legend. This is modern legend, I guess. I'm not sure about modern, but it produced in, I guess, Mark III produced in like 2010s and far. But it sounds very good and very nice. Jim Root from Slipknot used it. Many of blues players use it, and many of rockers, as you can say by the name. And I love the blend of Cali V30. Oh my god, this is my favorite cabinet theme in entire Helix. I just sucker into something that have mass on it. I love it. And if you add to this amp, it's not matching by default cabinet, you will hear the difference. I can immediately hear that Mandarin EM have more two-dimensional sound. I don't know why. I can hear that orange sound. This cab does it, but it don't do it in three-dimensional way. I don't know why. So any of Marshall and Cali V30 especially will bring it to life much more. Amazing cab, one of my favorites. I do use it often for specific reasons, because I play metal, but when I want to emulate some Slipknot or play some rocky stuff, this is my go-to. This is heaven sent, really. Good work. 10 out of 10, I can say, about this amp. So we get it on Marshall territory. It's quite a bit of this amp. It's big collection. So this Brit G45, I guess one of the first Marshall cabs. It was supposed to sound like the Vox, I guess. Let's hear how it sounds. Great sound, must admit, great sound. Wow, wow. I didn't expect this amp to be so clear, with drive this high. Great amp. Great amp. I have much better favorite amps here, like Hiwatt or Voxes or Fender style, but I can see potential here. It sounds way bigger than Fender. Maybe it's because of the 4x12 cabinet, I don't know. But it have really the commercially sound, almost Brill J45 Bright. Oops. Much more drive, as usual. But with drive. So I like this model much better than the normal one, just my taste. It has much more drive and much more attack, treble and presence, and it should be nice to sit in mix, really. So this is great amp I remember because I don't play the Marshalls so often. So you watch it, my experience, almost I first try it. Bridge, tram normal, this is like a combo amp or what? Yeah, let's try it. Very good on its own, really. I like it, very naturally. I can't hear so much difference, but it's really good. Let's hear some jumped one. This jumped I don't love because it has some matte on the low frequencies. Maybe when I play some solo it will cleanse up. Not too much drive. Yeah. In the this doesn't have so much drive, but when you play solos, this jumper channel is pretty good. People in that period of time used to jump their channels to have more gain, and I can see why. I can hear why. So for the solos, it's great, really. So pretty good amp. I will not rate it. I will rate it after I will make some list or kind of that, because this is hard to rate it right here. They pretty much similar, but with the unique sound. So Plexi, normal channel. Classic Plexi sound, Marshall Plexi. I think one thing with this amp is people set drive to 10 and everyone else to 10. It has some muddiness in there, but some people say this isn't sounding exactly like Plexi. Some people said that model in the LN6 was different, modded. So I don't know, but for dead rock and early rock and roll stuff, it's great. Let's try this thing that people tend to use in real life to everything to 10. Again, I don't like mud on the palm mutes, but this isn't the case, I guess. The case there is the source. Yeah, very Hendrix style. Really very Hendrix style sounded to me. I'm not a big fan of Hendrix because I was raised in a different time, but it's pretty good. Bright. Now I know why people love it much better, this bright channel. Because it has more bite and less muddy on the palm mutes. You hear that? No mud. This is mud. This is tight. I like this amp model. I don't care about which amp the Line 6 model it, which modded amp was in the house, but this sounds pretty killer to me for its age. It sounds good. Most people hate it, some people love it, and the rest of the people don't give a shit about it. They don't give a single fuck. I was the person who didn't fuck about it at all, but after trying this, I'm sure I will play with it later sometimes, because for rock and roll stuff it's pretty good, and I will boost this amp and try to do metal. Yeah, okay, this is not the right thing to do with this amp, but this is Helix, and do whatever you want. What the hell? This is great for punk rock, really, for pop punk rock. This is just awesome. Just awesome. Greenback 25. I'm not much fan of Marshall cabs. I like them, but not that much that I liked masses. But this Greenback 25, one of the greatest cab seems in Helix. And I saw many people love it. It has its own unique voice, and it sounds like Marshall. Yeah, it sounds just great. Maybe the layers you can get better, but I have no complaint about these stick caps at all. Sexy jammed. Some Hendrix vibes, I guess. So this is much muddier. I don't like it as much as Plexi Bright, but for the leads, I guess it's pretty. Yeah, on the higher notes it sounds just fantastic, amazing. On the lower notes it gets flabby, I should say. But I like bright model much better. But I can see the good things about jumped, especially when you play solo. So this is not quite Marshall, but this Brit P75 was created by Marshall himself, so it have name Park. So let's see how it sounds. Great sound, vintage sound. It's similar to the Brit J45, really similar, but much darker, and nothing so much special about it. But it's nice to have it in the Helix so you can compare and explore. I saw one guy, John from Sonic Drive Studios, use this amp for vintage sound, and it was so freaking amazing. I can't play much of the vintage stuff, but he nailed it. Check out his channel, he's a great guy. So, Brit P75 Bright. Immediately I hear more noise. I like this amp model much better because again this have more sparkle in it, and this amp does not have that muddiness on the low when you pedal mute. So fun stuff, great amp. So Brit 2204. This is high gain classics. Not so much high gain, but in 90s or late 80s it was really high gain amp. This amp is legendary, it's classic, but it have some problem. It have much more drive than it should be. As a result, it have much more boomy resonance frequencies on the highest drive levels, I guess. But not the problem for me. Problem when you clean it up, it have the drive. This is supposed to be clean at this point. So one awesome guy, Edward Sokolovsky, YouTuber, solve this problem. Just putting a gain block before it and go, let's say, to 9 dBs, I guess, and it will sound more like real GCM 800. You immediately can hear the difference. It's nicer. This is great tip and a great amp with this tip. So let's move on. Plicator Krill Friedman HBE 100, I guess. Pretty expensive amp, Marshally type of amp, but will more modern. Too much drive. Let's make it clean. How it's supposed to be. Give me clean, please. When I say clean, give me clean. Not that kind of clean. Give me this clean. This is nice. Yeah, it's clean, but you can hear some breakup in there. But it's good, and I like Kelly V30. Yes, thank you, Lane 6. Kelly V30 and 160 Revv Royer 160 is great. So nice clean channel, really nice, and located dirty. Amazing. Just amazing. And with HBE, it have much more gain. Very tight without a boost. Yeah, I'm speechless. This is great amp. I can see why people so in love with this amp in real life. So, cartographer. This is Ben Adrian, one of the Helix developer, main amp for his band cartographer, I guess, and they sound like this. It's too fizzy. I guess the problem with this Uber. Let's change the cap. little better. Nice amp. Matching cab is somewhat different. This cab is different. Uber, this is like Bogner one. I like V30 and this Uber cab, it sounds a little much more thin. And I listened to some of the IRs and real Bogner cabinets, so this sound close. Not really my taste, as you can see, but I can see how it will work in the mix. It has some spike and it will jump out. Need to try this. I don't try this amp. Cartographer is nice. And when you roll back some drive, almost nothing. Didn't expect it to be this clear. Amazing. This is versatile amp. Really amazing. I overlooked this amp. Now I will think about it. Good amp. 4x12 Uber, not my taste, but I can see why people love it, because it has some characteristic different than cab V30 or another cab can give you. So pretty nice amp, really. Love the range of the drive. It's brilliant. German Mahadiva. I should say this. Stack amp suck. Stack amp sucks so much. I hate it. This is one of the worst models here. You can think what you can about me, but I don't like this match at all. This cab is so freaking bad. Why I am so mad about it? Because German Mahadiva is Bogner Shiva, and this is great amp, mid-gain amp that sound very good. This is boutique amp, and you just throw a cab like this into this. Yeah, it's a matching cab. It's a Bogner's cab. Yeah, but it sounds so shit. Replace it with, let's say, Greenback 25, and it will bring it to life. Can you hear that? It's not shit anymore. It's almost fried assholes, like Glenn Fricker said. Yes. It's so bad. I hate this amp. Let's try it with Kelly V30. Much better. Much better. So great amp. I love it. I don't use it often because I don't play medium gain things so often, but amp is fantastic. It's 10 out of 10, really. Stock cab, freaking bad. I don't know why you done this something that beautiful that German Mahadiva is. Let's move on. German Ubersonic. Badass, nice gain, and I like this Uber T75. I don't like T75s in Marshalls, but in this cab it sounds great, really great. I like it. It's not Uber V30 with the high mids, high treble frequencies. This cab model for me is much better. Let's crank up the gain. So we're getting into much heavier territory, so great sounding amp, but it needs a boost. Sorry, but I will use a boost in this one. Classic settings. It has some kind of oversaturating, but it's alright. Evil sounding, Emergent Siltfold use it, and it's great. Great amp. So Kelly has channel 1 is Mesa Long Star. Turn down the gain a little bit. Oops. Great clean sound. I have no complaints about it. This is beautiful amp, a beautiful cab. Sounds great. What should I say? Nice. Okay, this is a little bit fuzzy for clean tones, yeah. Nice crunch. I'm not much into crunch sound, but this is amazing. This stuff is cool, really. So Mesa, I love Mesa. Next we have Kelly 4 Rhythm Mark IV. Let me tune it up quickly. Beautiful clean. I have nothing to say about it. Beautiful clean. Same amp, but crunch channel, rhythm too. I don't like this crunch mode because it has so much bass. Maybe we should try that. That's better. Yeah, it's flabby. think this will work better for some kind of clean sound with kind of overdrive, pushed much more than crunch, but maybe I don't know something about it. So Kelly for it. This is amazing amp. This is so overlooked, and I know why. Because stack settings is pretty not as metally as it should be. So lead gain, turn it up. Lead drive, turn it up. Gate. Bass, almost in 0. Mids, 1 and 5. No, bass 0. Okay. I was stupid when I first tried this amp, and I just didn't know why it's so expensive and why people love it. It's because lead gain and lead drive working differently in here, and most important part, EQ is before the power amp section. So you, with this bass, middle and treble, you sculpt in the tone like you try with OD pedal, overdrive pedal. And then you use this graphical EQ as your main EQ on the amp, but with numbers. So this is one of the greatest amp, if not the greatest. It doesn't need a boost even. I love this amp. So Kelly rectifier, dual rectifier. So classic rectifier sound, flabby sound with so much treble. So let's bring some boost. Yeah, you can hear how it sounds more open now, and dual rectifier is great for this kind of scooped mid-range tones that people like, and it sounds really big, huge and massive and three-dimensional. This amp is great in real life, and it's good in Helix. I had some complaints about it, and I was thinking message should sound more tight, but after endless nights and hours of searching YouTube, I have a conclusion that this is how the real dual master rectifier sound. Great amp and great cap. So we have plenty of high gain amps here. This is archetype clean per home. This is great clean amp, and I used it a lot. This clean is so definitive, so crystal, and Peras Aircon 50 known not only by its great tight distortion, but in nice bright cleans as well. Not so much amps have this for example, take 5150 by PV, you don't need clean in that. You don't buy 5150 for the clean sound, really. So nice clean. Let's try the lead. Amazing sound. It's little too thin. We should try to add some more bass. I suck with this. Oh my god. Okay, and with more bass, little less mids, and with boost. Yeah, you can hear the difference. This amp is great. I was using this amp as my main tone for plenty of time, and it cuts through the mix well. On its own, it still sounds more two-dimensional, but in a mix it's great, trust me. Angle Meteor, Angle Fireball, so great German amp. In Helix it doesn't have so much presence that I like for my taste, so I bring it up, but I need to be very careful with the setting because it can be too thin and harsh so quickly. Let's add some boost. Big part of this angle is matching cab. It's very angry, it's very raw. I'm still not sure if I like it. This amp XSL V30 sounds like that in real life, but I'm not a fan of cab mic like of the corner of the cone, and it sounds like this, but in some cases it works very well, it's angry. So next you have Soldano Clean. It's great. It's nice, really nice. Classic Soldano clean sound. One thing I don't like it's the cab. It doesn't sound so bad on the clean channel, but I can hear some two-dimensional shit on there. But with the clean setting, you can go with this cab, no problem for now. And that's where the problem begins. So let's try Soldano Crunch. And now, same problem. When you take a shitty cab, it can sound shitty on the clean settings, but when you add overdrive, all this horrible frequency will turn out, and this is what you heard. Is this normal to you? I don't like it. People like this. It's just bad. Like from the hell to heaven. This is where Soldano shines. Try Soldano lead OD. Let's swap the terrible cap to the Calibre 30 and but Soldano isn't for modern metal. It's like I'm not such a fan of Soldano, but I respect it and I know its place and where it should be. PV Panama. So this is 5150. And I have a lot of complaints about it. It doesn't sound like a real thing at all. So problem is oversaturated low frequencies. You can hear that like dog eating your homework or something like that. Real thing doesn't have that shit, and when you play solos, this is more like a kind of feeling thing, but it sounds like there's a gated fuzz in it. It sounds fat, it sounds just bad. I hate this PV Panama model. I wanted to love it, but it's so shitty here on the Helix. I have done a lot. I was changing the sag at 0, hum at 0, ripples, you know, I was playing with bias X. I was using the, of course, Tube Screamer, and it just isn't it at all. It's pretty nice, but it's not the 5150 I was looking for, because I'm a metal guy and I love 5150, and this is the amp I immediately tried and failed so many times. I made a post on Idea Skill Line 6 to remastering PV Panama, and I'm not the only one who's complaining about it, and people voted me up for this idea. There was the people didn't like this amp, and I understand why, because for the 90s, 80s Eddie Van Halen stuff, it's pretty good actually, but for modern metal it's sucks balls, really. So the problem with this model is not the modeling. Line 6 have this amp in their rooms already modded with some kind of things, I don't know what.
Hey, it's me from the future about PV Panama. So one guy, Edward Sokolovsky, gave me a tip about this PV Panama to make it more usable. So turn the resonance down and turn the master right to the 2 or something like that. This amp will be more usable. It gives a life to it.
Next we try Revv Gen Purple. So this amp is amazing. This is from Canadian guys, handcrafted, and when you want to achieve the classic 5150 sound, this is amp the closest one. You need to raise drive a little higher on that. So next we have Revv Generator Red. So Revv Generator Purple is much more tighter and with less gain. It sounds like 5150 era, but Revv Gen Red is more saturated and much more like a Mesa Boogie style amp, but with this own character. Let's add Tube Screamer. I have nothing to say about it because it says for its own. It's great amp, it's great company, and emulation is awesome. So really great. I rate this very high. Das Benzinmega Diesel VH4 or Diesel VH4, as Germans say it. So this amp is just different. It isn't bad, it's just different. I don't like diesels, but it doesn't mean they're bad. I just don't like the voicing on this amp, but I heard some Tool, some Metallica songs with this amp, and it's great. It's just my fault. I can't set it up as I like, I guess, and I truly don't spend much into this model, but I understand why it's so famous and expensive. And I saw a lot of people, they said this is their biggest dream amp ever. So it have like different kind of saturation or mids, and it's heavy, its unique voice. This is great amp, but this is just not my taste, sorry. So this same amp but lead channel or 4 channel first. So this is the same as Mega, but with more everything, more gain, more mid ISM, more something else. I'm not sure what, so let's give a boost. It's great amp and takes boost very greatly, but just not my taste. I like to sit and try to experiment with this amp because it has a lot of potential and it has unique voice and characteristics, so I should explore more. I rate it very high, even if I don't like it. This amp is great. LN6 Ventus, one of the latest one. This amp is some kind of Fender territory, and it's so versatile. Just listen to this clean. It's amazing. It's great amp on its own, and many people like it so much, so I can see why. It's not metal, but it's great on its own and unique as well. And 6 electric. You know what? I remember this amp and I was not satisfied with it at all. It was sounding harsh, but now somehow it's even better than I remember. Still it have this digital, I hate to say this, things in the presence and treble, but let's try it with a boost. No, I don't like it with a boost. I like this on its own. So I'm not a big fan of this amp, but it has some potential, and with right EQ you can achieve the 5150 sound, I guess. It's like 7 of 10, 6 of 10, I guess. 9.6 Doom. This amp have unique voice, but we read that it have some kind of a Marshall preamp or amp section, I don't remember. It's not bad actually. I'm not a Doom guy, I don't know anything about this genre, but I see a lot of love to this amp, so I can say. Maybe change the cap. It's not that bad actually, but it's not my taste. So line 6 epic. Oh shit. It's bad, it's just bad, and I see why. This freaking cat is sucks so bad. Let's change the cat. This amp is not great on its own at all, but in a mix it can be useful. Dumbest thing was to take amp like this and pair it with the worst cab in the entire Helix catalog, I think. So this amp have potential, but there's so much better options. You can use this, of course, and you can make it sound great, but it's much easier to, let's say, choose the Revv Gen red or purple and have good results. But it's great to have this cab, line 6, 22 of mod. This is like GCM 800 modded, but line 6. So this is amazing amp. This is modded GCM 800 and not modded awfully like in the Brit 22 or 4, but in a good way. I used it in recordings, and when you want that martial sound and looking for more gain but without additional distortion, this is great. I love this amp. This is great amp. This is great amp. Essex A30. Great amp, have too much bass or saturation, I guess, but it's great on its own. But in a mix, it will be much greater. It have a 3D quality to it because it's like modeled triple rectifier. It's too much for me sometimes, but this amp is not that bad. You should try this amp, and it's great. And I love blend with Californ V30 and 160 ribbon. This is great. So line 6 Litigator. So this amp is like a Dumble, expensive ones amps. People really love this amp. I can see why, because it have great cleans, it have push, it have nice overdrive. I'm not into that bluesy style. I love blues, but this is for like bluesy jazzy style, and I don't know why I didn't try it, but this amp is great and I can't say nothing about it. Just great things, and I will not play the blues because I don't play blues as much. So if you look for potential of this amp, look someone else. Sorry. And last one but not least one is Mighty Lamb 6 Badonk. I will say don't overlook this amp if you play metal. This is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, high gain amp in the entire Helix amp collection. It sounds great. It's tight, it chucks. And when you add boost or EQ, you don't need anything in life but this amp.